Welcome back to the Big 3 episode Cliff Note Rundown, where I'll be ranking the big 3 in 3 episode bursts. I'll watch these 3 episodes, see if I want to watch the next 3 episodes. The rankings right now are Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto. Will the power of Chad continue to carry Bleach to a 4th straight week at the top? Let's find out.
And hey, I just wanted to say I'm sorry that these are taking so long, but there's been so many new anime coming out. I'm trying to watch those, and I'm also trying to watch all the anime that you guys are recommending me to watch. So sometimes I have to put the big 3 down for a while, and I'm really, really sorry. But hey, did you get a haircut? You look great. Anyway,
we start with Bleach. Ishida and Kurosaki are fighting hollows. Wouldn't you like to watch them fight hollows a long time? We're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to watch Girls Clean a School anime. Orihime sees a hollow, but she pretends she can't, because if the hollow knows that you can see it, then it's going to try to eat you because you got spirit energy. Anyway, the hollow tries to eat her. It also shoots acne all over everybody and turns them into, like, zombies from Thriller. Before any of those zombies can cop a feel, though, they get smoked by Tatsuki, because Tatsuki's strong as hell. If she doesn't get any powers pretty soon, I'll be pretty disappointed. She doesn't get any powers this episode, instead she gets covered in acne. But guess who does get powers? Orihime. Her powers turns her little hairpin into 6 little fairies? The fairies make shields, 2 that stop damage, 2 that reverse damage, and 1 that you put in between people to cut them in half. Damn, that's a crazy shield. Weird guy from the store shows up and he's got knocked out Chad on his shoulders. Is this an Avengers Assemble kind of moment? I think so. We're now able to go back to Kurosaki and Ichida fighting hollows. Apparently all the Quincy's were killed off by the Soul Society because the way the Quincy's kill hollows ruins the balance of the world or something. I don't know, I don't really care. You know why I don't care? Because who's telling me this information? Someone from the Soul Society. Sounds suspicious as hell that you had a real good reason to kill the other people that were doing your job for you. I'm just saying. It's 2025, dude. I don't trust anybody anymore. Kurosaki calls out that bullshit, and he's like, nah, I don't like click shit. Let's not be click shit. Let's just fight. And so they do. Ishida and him are now kind of sparring partner bros, which is pretty sick. Hopefully nothing crazy and insane breaks up this wonderful little moment. Like a legendary monster appearing out of nowhere, perhaps? Kurosaki goes chop-chop mode, and Ishida goes pew-pew mode, and neither of those things work. But when Ishida grabs Kurosaki's sword, his spirit energy overloads because Kurosaki's just caked with spirit energy. He's a thick boy with spirit energy. So Kurosaki's like, I'm gonna be the main character in this story, and runs right at the monster. He gets crushed, but his spirit energy unleashes somehow, and he's able to cut a giant monster in half. But he's not able to control his spirit energy, and so he's going to die. But good thing Ishida's there to grab onto his spirit energy and shoot big, thick ropes of spirit arrows right into the sky to save everybody. So in 2 episodes, we got Orihime getting powers, and we got a giant mega monster getting smoked by Kurosaki's dormant power. That's way too much plot happening way too quickly, so by the rules of anime, we need 1 whole episode that means nothing. And boy howdy do we get it. It's just a bunch of kids being horny for Orihime's boobies, Rukia being a weird loner for no reason because anime, and also there's a talking cat. Also very anime. Good shit. I'm gonna watch 3 more episodes. Next, One Piece. Django hypnotizes all of his boys to become super OP killing machines, and they become super OP killing machines. The problem is, Luffy also gets hypnotized to become a super OP killing machine, and he smokes everybody. He even smokes their boat. Like, the boat's like, yo, go, bro, you gotta be kidding me. However, he gets put to sleep because One Piece would be a whole 40 episodes long if they just let Luffy be Luffy the entire time. We then cut away to Kaya waking up from a scary dream to go find Catman, but instead she finds Lamb chopped. Lamb says Catman was evil. Butler was evil, Usopp was right. And so she just leaves him to die to go find Catman, because rich people be crazy. We return back to the beach, and Django's super nervous because if Catman shows up and sees this whole situation, he's going to kill everybody. There's Meowban brothers on the boat too. Django tells them to go fight Zoro, but they act like a couple of scaredy cats. But it turns out to be a trick, and they steal 2 swords from Zoro. Zoro's in trouble because he's only good at fighting people with 3 swords, you know, like a normal person. He's pretty crap with 1 sword, so he's in trouble. Usopp sees he's in trouble and tries to shoot one of the cats. Zoro gets in the way of the bullet because he knows that if the cat boys go after Usopp and Nami, they're gonna get smoked. And he really knows that he's the only true pussy slayer. Nami tries to go get the swords for Zoro, but she gets chopped by Django. Shame that this whole situation was seen by Catman, and Catman calls everyone losers for getting bodied by 4 children. Meowban brothers take offense to this, and so they attack Catman, but he pussyfoots around, and he moves so quickly that he can't be seen, and just beats him up. And if I have to do another cat pun, I'm gonna have a hissy fit. Catman is a legitimate badass, and if the episode wasn't called Luffy Back in Action, I'd be a little bit more nervous. He's a class act supervillain, and he pretty much tells everybody that if they can't beat these 4 children up in 5 minutes, he's gonna kill everybody, and then stands there and waits. They all attack Zoro, but Nami kicks his swords to him, so he is able to smoke everybody because he has 3 swords now. Anime. Cowcat's upset and asks Django to make him hypno-strong, and he does, and he gets like legit ripped. He looks like Brock Lesnar. Nami sees this and goes to wake up Luffy. Django sees her and tries to kill her with chakram. Luffy wakes up just in time to eat it though, because why not? Kudo's about to finally join the fight when Sick Girl shows up. And, much like a certain Resident Evil 4 NPC, she runs right at the thing trying to kill her. She says, "I'll give you my money, just go away." But Catman's like, "Nah, my whole plan was to kill everyone from the beginning." Hearing this, Kaya whips out that thing, like dang. But Catman rolls a nat 20 on possession, walks up to her and just takes the gun out of her hand, mocking her the entire time. Usopp tries to shoot Catman with the gun that he just dropped, but he rolled a 20 on acrobatics as well and was able to dodge the bullet. However, he rolls a nat 1 on his perception check and gets blasted by a punch from 100 miles away by Luffy. This pisses Kudo off, but what pisses him off more is when the Lost Boys show up and start hitting with frying pans and baseball bats. Kudo takes out this anger on Usopp by kicking him so hard he lays down for the rest of the episodes. Usopp tells Kaya and the kids to run away, so they do. Catman tells Django to go kill Kaya and the kids, and so he goes. Cowcat attacks Zoro, but since we're reaching the end of the arc, suddenly he's super weak and Zoro just kills him in one shot. Like, what the fuck? Okay. Anime. Luffy tells Usopp to go after Kaya to make sure that Django can't kill them, and Usopp tries to stand up for 3 actual minutes and then falls back down. Everyone laughs because that's pathetic shit. However, everyone laughing angers Luffy, and so he starts soloing everybody. He tries to solo Catman too, but he actually can't land any punches on Catman because Catman's quick. Catman's about to stab the crap out of Luffy when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson makes an appearance and breaks one of the gloves. Boy howdy, I wonder how this is gonna end. We'll find out in the next 3 episodes. Pretty fun. I'm gonna say this right now, but all those cat puns were dog shit. But I loved every single one of them. I think Oda is my spirit animal. Last, Naruto. Naruto is mad that he got left behind by everyone, so he's jumping on trees to try to catch up. Sasuke and Mask Boy are about to fight, and Mask Boy uses like water for his stuff. He's got like water tornadoes and shit. Pretty cool. However, since everyone's going to fight on a bridge, that leaves Mom and Little Boy in danger from being killed by some random sword dudes. Little Boy tries to stop people from taking his mom away, and he just gets cut to pieces. Anime. Quick cut to Cute Boy and Sasuke fighting back on the bridge. No one else is fighting because team fighting would be really smart, and there's no smart things happening in this anime. Cute Boy also just literally says his fight plans mid-fight, as you do. He then does some one-handed patty cake stuff, which even Kakashi's like, "What? I can't do that." Which creates a bunch of ice mirrors and turns water into needles. He goes full cactar. This is some Final Fantasy VIII shit. Hey, remember how that kid got cut into 3 pieces by those dudes? Actually, it was a piece of wood. Naruto showed up to beat everybody up and save the day. Yay. Then he magically appears onto the bridge to show up to beat everybody up and save the day. Yay. I feel bad for Naruto as a show, but it's kind of getting the brunt from me. Of the 3 so far, it's the one I'm like, okay. Anyway, Naruto shows up all flashy on the bridge in a big poof of smoke. If you hadn't been paying attention for the last 2 episodes, we get a 9-minute backstory, just in case. I understand that this show is before streaming services, so there was probably like a 2-week hiatus or something between those 2 episodes, so that 9-minute backstory may have been necessary, because I remember those days. However, now that it is the world of streaming services, it just seems like a waste of time. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy how the world changes? Weird. Anyway, Sasuke's caught in the cage of mirrors as he's getting spiked to death. So Naruto's like, "I'm gonna get in there too." Because why not? Kakashi wants to get in there to help too, but if he does, then Cowman's gonna kill the bridge man. Oh, and Sakura's there too. Naruto be using the same attacks over and over again, and Sasuke uses that to his advantage to try to shoot fireballs at Cute Boy jumping in and out of the mirrors. But now that Sasuke and Naruto are trapped in the box, they keep doing the same attacks over and over again, and it kind of helps a little bit, but that's it. I can see the potential in all 3 of these shows, and I understand why they're loved so very much. That being said, my rankings are now One Piece on the top, Bleach second, and Naruto third. I think Bleach would have won again if there wasn't a whole episode that was just wasted talking about Orihime's boobs and stuff. Naruto, I feel, is going to surprise me eventually, but at the moment, I kind of feel bad that it's been in the gutter this whole time. Thanks for watching this. I'll try to make the next one faster, and hey, join my Patreon because I love you. That's why.